Technical difficulties. We're gonna make this happen. It's happening right now. Twitch, you should be able to see us now. All right, there it is. Welcome, everybody. Take two. We're not starting all the way over. Zoom has already been told what to do. So Twitch, now I'm just talking to you. That's right. I told them exactly where to go. All right. So Twitch, thank you for joining us now. If you guys want to come be a part of the Zoom room, you are all absolutely welcome. Go to kocomedy.com, sign up for that email. You'll receive a link not just for this show, but for all of our shows. You guys we do shows 7 days a week. So come hang out with us. It's a lot of fun. No shows Thursday, Friday. We are off for Thanksgiving, but we'll be back on Saturday and Sunday. So come on out. Come hang out with us. It's a good time. It's a good time. Let's see. If you're here in the Zoom room and you want to go see what's happening on Twitch, you're absolutely welcome to. Just go to, that's the wrong one. There we go. Twitch.tv/Comedy Hub. And you'll be able to hang out with everyone watching over there, including the world's worst comedian. That's right. He's there in the chat all the time. That's right. It's Laughing Larry. He's god awful. AI sucks. But if you want to talk with him, just leave your comment at Laughing Larry AI and followed by your comment, and he will say something terrible. He's the worst. He is the absolute worst. So yeah. Shout out to him. What was he even saying tonight? Last night he said, right now he says, grab a drink, light up a smoke, and let's dive into the dumpster fire of hilarity together. Laugh at the absurdity of it all, and then quote chuckles. Yeah,
he's my writing partner.
Yes, now we all know Casey uses AI. You guys heard it here first. You guys, we have some really amazing comedians for you tonight, and you are so welcome. It's a free show. What? I know. What? That's awesome. That being said, did you guys know you can still support everyone you see here tonight? There's a couple different ways you can do it. The first way is give them a follow, you guys, during everybody's sets. I'm going to go ahead and flash everybody's Instagram handles, both on my screen and down in the chat. Follow them. See if they're going to be performing near you. See if if they have new content. Help boost the algorithms, you guys. I mean, look, right now I've got Casey pulled up. That's right. It's right there. Casey McNeil at Casey's Comedy. Check it out. You can see what he's currently doing. Yeah, he's got lots of fun things coming up. There's no reason to not give him a follow. It boosts the algorithm, kids. It boosts.
Yeah.
Go do it. Let's see. That's oh yeah, but there is one more way you can help support everybody. And it's fun for everyone that performs here. That's right. You can donate. We take those. You can donate at Venmo at ko-comedy. We also take PayPal, kocomedyshows@gmail.com. And if you're watching over on Twitch, you guys, we take those bits as well. And you guys, we don't just take your bits. Oh, no, no, no. Or your money. We're also going to give you a shout out. We're going to give you a shout out right here on the donor board. We're going to thank you. We're going to put your name on something inspired by Thanksgiving. Here's the donations board so far this November. We've had lots of fun people in here. Our regulars, William Reynolds and Abigail H. Brown. We've got Evil Dave in here. Nick Gregoretti's cousin was here, you guys. So we appreciate all of you guys that have been here so far. But the month still has today. So if you guys want to get your name up there, you can donate.
There's room for money.
Oh yeah, I can shrink those. I'm going to shrink those and make your names the most prominent tonight. That's right. All right, you guys. And there's only one more thing left to do. That's enjoy the show. Why come to a comedy show if you're not going to have fun? Yeah, that's it. All right, you guys, let's get to the comedy. I've already told you can follow him, and you definitely should, at Casey's Comedy. You can check out his special on Amazon Prime right now. Give it up for the amazing Casey McNeil.
It is me. I am so happy to be here, although I almost didn't make it. I was late. There was this before the show, there was this crazy woman screaming and pounding on the front door of my house. So before I could start the show, I had let her out. I know everybody's bothered by the political thing. Listen, I keep hoping that, all right. First of all, I tell you, I don't believe in political jokes because that's how those guys get elected. I do, however, we'll get through this, you guys. We'll get through it. It happened before about 150 years ago where somebody was president, then they weren't, then they were president again. And half the country was, doing the same complaining. Grover Cleveland again. The same thing. Now I just keep hoping that this whole Trump thing's just the Mandela effect. Like I'm going to wake up someday and go, hey, you guys remember when Trump was president twice? They go, what? Never happened, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you guys know the Mandela effect. Like, this huge swath of people, like half the world thought that Nelson Mandela died in the 90s. Mm-hmm. And they also thought the Berenstain Bears were the Berenstein Bears. And at the same time, you may know this one, that Sinbad made a terrible genie movie. People remember this movie. They remember this movie, I swear to God. But it never existed. Now, they say that they have special time agents that go back in time and change the things to right the wrongs of the past. And I could see them doing it like for Trump, but like when I think about the night, like you mean to tell me Sinbad made a movie so bad it killed Nelson Mandela? He's talking about the algorithms. Algorithms, I'm fucking crazy about algorithms. I don't get it, man. Now, you guys know I have OCD, right? So I listen to a video. I listen to YouTube when I go to sleep, and all I listen to is a box fan. It's just a video of a box fan. It just plays for 9 hours. And I have this in addition to my actual fan, of course. But this box, here's the thing. 15 million views. The box fan has 15 million views. How are we supposed to compete with that? Hey, did you see Casey's comedy special? Got 100,000 views. Well, he's no box fan. What do they expect? What? And now everybody, they should be a license. Like, you should have to be registered and be licensed to create memes. Like, everybody makes a meme now. Like, I saw this meme the other day that the guy that lived in the iron lung, right? So they said, and the meme goes, it has a picture of the iron lung guy. It says, this meme says, this man has lived his entire life in an iron lung, and he got a law degree. What's your excuse? Well, first of all, I don't even have an iron lung. And the ads, they're sending me weird fucking ads now. I've been getting ads for mankinis. Yeah, do you know what that is? It's like a banana sling with shoulder straps on it, and they got the guys modeling it and everything. Like I don't know why they thought something like that would be a good idea for me. I don't know. I got a few compliments. Thanks, both of you. No, here's the other thing. I've been getting ads for yachts. Now, this is why I know these fucking AI is not that much of the eye. Because they send me ads for yachts, and I've been looking at them because I look down below. I never went inside a yacht before. I want to see inside a yacht. So I go down below. I look at all the cabins, everything. Then after I've seen about 100 ads, I'm some pseudo expert now. So I'm like looking at the ads going, oh, this one's a 62-foot pilot house flush deck for only $499,000. Yeah, meanwhile, my debit card got declined for a cheeseburger at Burger King. And the guy's running the card, too. So I get it's at the drive-thru, so the guy's got my card. So I get that look, that. Oh, it's a brand. Dude, this cheeseburger got declined. I'm like, come on, man. Can you try running it again without the cheese? DNA stuff is very popular. You guys done the DNA stuff? DNA stuff, very cool. Yeah, I finally got to take one of those DNA tests. Turns out I'm innocent. Yeah, you think you're surprised? You should have seen those Dateline guys. Take the 23andMe thing. I already know what I am. I'm 50% hillbilly and 50% Irish. Just means I grew up too lazy to beat my children. I'm kidding. I'm not that lazy. No, but like, I don't know if you guys are aware, but these tests not only tell you what your ethnic heritage is, they tell you who your actual fucking relatives are. Okay. Now, if you're from a hillbilly background like mine, and I know I am, that's not always welcome news. They should call it like the hillbilly homewrecker kit. Like, hey, did you get your 23andMe results? I sure did. Let's have a look. Let's see. It says here I'm 50% Irish and 50% Uncle Billy's my real dad. Well, that's up. You guys ready for a great show?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great show tonight. Our first comic is a returning comic. We have had her here before. Delightfully, she has returned again to help us out. You might have seen her at the West Side Comedy Club or her Dry Bar special. Please welcome Lana Siebel.
Ah, thank you. Keep it going for Casey. Yes. I love the show. Such a great show. And yeah, Casey, I'm with you. Like I've got to perform all over America. Can't do politics. Some places are scary, but so I am going to treat politics like I'm going to treat comedy I'm going to treat it the way I go, when I go over my parents' house. That's going to be right. We're not going to discuss politics unless I want to start some shit. Yeah. I'm realizing I'm stuttering a little. So yesterday was I got to headline. I went to Pennsylvania, and it was a long drive. Someone's talking at the same time. Lovely. This is exactly what we trained for. All right. But yeah, so long drive, and I'm going to be honest with you. The last time I told a joke was at gunpoint. Yeah, no, can I share this with you guys? This is crazy. I was chased by a police officer. It was a wild chase down last night. Yeah, you're here. I'm trying to process all this. Then he called in about 5 more police officers and cars. Yeah, I'm a fugitive. You guys I'm on the run. You're looking at a fugitive here. It was insane. New York police cars look very different than Pennsylvania cars. Evidently, Pennsylvania cars look like an ambulance or like a family SUV. So, yeah, I was trying to let what I thought was an ambulance pass because I was terrified. Okay, it was the middle of nowhere. Okay, it was pitch dark. Nothing's around. I'm terrified. I'm like, all right, I'm going to let this ambulance. I made sure to drive really slow, right? I don't want to get into any trouble. And the ambulance is not passing me, right? And I just see the lights flashing. So I stop. Nothing's happening, right? No one's coming out. We're standing there for a few minutes. And I'm like, well, I got to get back to New York. So I'm just going to keep driving. So yeah. And also, I'm going to be honest with you. I just watched that movie, Civil War. So any of you watch that movie? Anyways, I thought I was going to be kidnapped, attacked. I'm like, I'm just going to drive, I think. So I keep driving and I guess it was a police car, keeps driving after me and I'm on a wild goose chase. Yeah. Again, I finally hear the sirens and, again, I'm waiting for a few minutes. I call my husband. I'm like, I think I'm about to be kidnapped. He's like, calm down. This is a great moment for me. No, he's like, calm down. You're gonna be okay. My husband and son were in Brooklyn at a Chief Keef concert. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but the police officer ended up being very curious at what concert my husband. There was a lot of cursing, gunshots. Anyways, the police officer, after like 3 minutes, finally gets out of the car and he's in the back of the car, right? And I'm like, what's happening? And he's terrified. He's like, please stop moving. And then he's slowly coming up to me, right? And I realized that he is more scared than I am, right? And then I look at him and I'm sitting down, but we're at eye level. He's a little cop. He's like 4'9", right? tiny little afraid cop. And do you remember that show Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Do you remember like Charlie? Yeah, that was the energy. It was like Charlie, but he was like the height of Danny DeVito. So he's screaming at me like, "What are you doing? Like, what's happening?" I'm like, "What's happening with you? Why are you stopping me?" Never told me why he's stopping me. Blah, blah, blah. 10 minutes later, I'm terrified. He finally comes out. He comes out with his other two little mini cops. They're just very little elf-like, scared. And he's like, "Okay, now you got to tell me a joke."
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. No worries. I wish the cop would say he's sorry. I wish the cop would say that. But, and it's okay. She's not talking to me. Is somebody talking to a cat? Okay. Comedy. It's so rewarding. I just love it. Anyways, the officer told me to tell a joke. He's at gunpoint, and he was going to let me go. So they didn't laugh, but they let me go. Anyways, that was yesterday. And in the morning, I was driving my son to a community theater play. And for some reason, I don't know why, but it's in an army base. And let's just say I ended up having an altercation with an officer there right in the morning. So it's been an interesting, yeah. Apparently our names were not on the list. And he told me to leave. I had an altercation. He had a knife. I ended up leaving. Not a knife. He had a gun. So I ended up listening. Yeah. My husband had a talking to with him. And here's the thing. I think most people probably listen to an officer, but I came over when I was 7 from Ukraine. And when an officer tells you to do something, you'll do it or you're going to get shot. So I kind of, I'm not going to argue. And I'm going to also be honest with you guys. I'm not brave. I'm not a brave person. Can I share another story with you? This has been so fun. We're sharing. Yeah. So I'll tell you how not brave I am. I don't know who's braver, me or that little mini police cop. You look like an elf. I don't get how. So every year, my family and I, we go to this parade in Brooklyn, and we have a good time. But a lot of times, things pop off. There's gunshots, there's fireworks. I can't tell the difference. And we go one year and we're having a good time, but I hear a gunshot and I take off so quickly. It's like I'm at the NFL Combine and I run a 4.40. Yeah. That's guys, that's pretty cool. That's 40 yards in 4 seconds, right? Yeah. I think what I'm trying to tell you is like, I could be in the NFL if I heard more gunshots and I had a penis. Yeah. I think what I'm trying to tell you guys is you're looking at a wide receiver over here. Right? Yeah. Or in this case, it was more like a star running back because I had to push a lot of people out of the way to get home. So yeah, I get home in no time, and my husband, who comes much later, carrying our son, he's like, "You're not even going to look back for your family." And I said, "Hey, listen, when we took our vows, and I said, 'Till death do us part,' I did not mean that when we go to a fun parade, I'm going to be used as a human shield to protect you and your son." I love you guys. You get it. I mean, he's our son, but you all get it. At that point, they're both a liability. Okay. I don't know if I've got like one more minute. We're doing some. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Yes. I'm with Casey. I don't. No more politics. I'm sick of. I don't know about you guys. I'm sick of all these like Trump impressions. I don't want to see him anymore. I don't even want to see the Biden I don't want to see any political impressions. Like, and you guys don't know me, but I'm an amazing impressionist. Like, you feel like you're in the room when I do these people, but I'm not going to do those for you. Okay. I want to do something fresh, something different, like something that's never been done before. Like, what about the people throughout history that they've never been done before? Are you guys curious to see what they...
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You guys are the best. Yes. What about Michelangelo when he was making the statue of David? Right? Like, what was that like? Okay, this setup is like 20 minutes, but I'm going to get to it. Okay. and he used a local male model named Arturo, right? Okay, so Michelangelo when he was making the statue of David. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right. Artie, if you don't stop moving, I am going to give you the tiniest dick. Okay. Next time we'll do Earl of Sandwiches. That's coming next time. But Casey, thank you so much. This was so fun, guys. Let's all follow each other. Let's all be friends. I'm on. I'm on all of the sites: Facebook, Instagram. Thankfully, not OnlyFans. Comedy's going well. I'm on YouTube, TikTok, all the sites that my 11-year-old son is embarrassed of. So it's Lana Siebel, Siebel. I don't know if you guys knew this. I'm also an influencer.
Hey.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, that's right. Appreciate it. You're so supportive. That's right. My husband, he's deeply depressed. I mean, I influenced that. Lana, Steve, we love you guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, great to have you, Lana.
Yeah.
Yeah, give her another hand. I tell you, I know the cop thing, Massachusetts cops are the worst. The absolute worst. Okay, I got pulled over by this trooper on the freeway. The statey, as we call him, the statey pulled me over, and he comes up to the car, and to give you an idea what these guys are like, I roll down the window. What do you think he says? Take a guess. What do the cops usually say?
License registration.
License registration. Another thing they say, you know why I stopped you, right? Etc. He says, why are you an idiot? First thing I said, why are you an idiot? I looked at him. I didn't know what to say. I'm like, I don't grasp new concepts quickly. I ignore good advice. Repeatedly make the same mistakes. I don't know. So give Lana another hand.
Thank you.
Now, I have a super comic for you. You might have seen him in San Francisco Sketch Fest. And the credits that he gave me, Boston Comedy Festival, blah, 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 blah. He was actually Boston's Choice Award for the best joke, wasn't it, Tim?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, best joke in Massachusetts last year. Best joke of the year by the Boston Choice Awards. Please put your hands together for Tim Champa.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Good to be with you guys. I have a cop joke too. When I was running between shows a few months ago, and I was speeding because I was late, and I got pulled over, and the cop asked me why, and I stupidly was like, "Oh, I'm a comedian. I'm going from show to show." And so he, of course, was like, "All right, tell me a joke." And so I'll tell you the joke I told him, and I'll just tell you in advance I won an award for it. But so I said to him, I always feel like such a badass when I'm riding a motorcycle, with the radio on and the wind in my hair and my arms around my dad. Was silent. Just don't. Looks at my license and goes, arms around my dad. So I'll tell you guys about me. My wife is a mental health therapist, and Yeah, I used to think she wanted to become a therapist to help people, but I realized recently that she's not noble, she's nosy. She got into therapy for the same reason she loves watching reality TV. She see bitches and learn their secrets. That's what. The other day, I heard her end a Zoom session with one of her patients. She's like, "We're out of time, but we'll pick this up again in next week's episode session." Got every flavor of reality TV represented in her patient roster. She's got a hoarder. She's got a teen mom. She's got a rich. I'm the Andy Cohen she gossips with about it at the end of the That's a woman. She's like, "You want to hear the tea?" I'm like, "Sure." That's a cute way to say HIPAA violation. Sure. It's not tea, it's trauma, babe.
Oh my God.
She's like, anonymous. It's anonymous, the stuff I tell you. I'm like, is it? Because you told me that one of your patients got court-mandated anger management for destroying a pride display at a Target in Saugus, Massachusetts. Babe, I don't think you're protecting his identity. We just had, my wife and I, we had a baby last year, had a baby girl. Her name
Yay!
Hey.
I'm excited about it. I don't think I reacted the way you're supposed to when she first told me. The first thing I said to her when she told me was, "Wow, babe, congrats." Like she hit on a scratch ticket or something like that. I was pretty drunk and disoriented, so I was like, "Are you sure?" Pre-positive pregnancy test, and I was like, "Fuck, dude, triplets." I am really loving having the one kid, so much so that I would consider having a second kid, except all my friends have two kids, and they seem miserable. I think there's a real diminishing returns thing that happens with kids, man. I think kids are like edibles. I think you have your first one, and after a little while, you're like, I feel pretty good. I could probably handle another one of these. And then the second one, and then you're like, "Oh no, what the fuck? Like, how long is this gonna last, man?" Just crying. Misjudge your tolerance. Now you're on a bad trip for fucking 18 years. My daughter, she's very cute. She's very creative. She has a bunch of different baby dolls. She has a hospital playset where she pretends to give birth to the baby dolls.
Oh.
She's got a fire station playset where she abandons the baby doll. During the pregnancy, I tried to be a good husband, go to all the classes and all that stuff. One time we went to a CPR class, and it's the classes, they give all the couples a baby doll that you're supposed to practice CPR on. Show up to the class, my wife's like, "I got to go to the bathroom. You go into the class, I'll meet you in there." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not going in there alone. Like, I'm not going to be like, 'Yo, what's up? I'm here by myself. When do we get to kiss these babies?'" Nudging the couple next to me, like, "Hey, can we trade? I had a white baby last time." I remember one time we had an ultrasound. Before the ultrasound, my wife had a small cup of coffee, which is supposedly fine for pregnant women, right? But we show up to the ultrasound, and the baby is tweaking out of control on the line. Fucked up, man. Like we started to panic a little bit. My wife was like, "Jesus, should I stop drinking coffee?" And I was like, you can't stop now. It's hooked. You crazy? Like, I just thought it was wild that the baby was that tweaked out on just a little bit of caffeine because some pregnant women smoke crack. And that's terrible. You hate to see it, but I would like to see the ultrasound. Man, what is it just in there doing backflips and cartwheels? The placenta to steal shit. Placenta does kind of sound like a car too, doesn't it? A little bit. Goddamn crack baby, bro. Placenta. Love the idea of a little baby in utero with just a little tiny baby coffee mug that says, "Don't even talk to me." Had my crack. Do you guys remember the ad campaign where Domino's was like, "Look, we know our pizza sucks. We know it, but we're trying to make it better." Like a real ad campaign that they did. I think that the Democratic Party should do that. I need Kamala Harris to stop texting me for money. Raised like $1.5 billion and they spent it all on Oprah. And then they lost and they're texting us like, "Hey, we're a little Oprah poor right now. I'll give to $50. Like, $50? Madam Vice President, I would rather egg your San Francisco mansion with all 6 of the eggs I could buy for that same $50. I just feel like at this point, the Democratic Party texting me like, "Why don't you send us money anymore?" It's sort of like Domino's texting me like, "Why don't you order our pizza anymore?" And it's like, well, it has genocide on it. And around that. And they're like, "Well, the other guy's pizza has more genocide on it." And it's like, that's a weird way to sell your pizza, though. Kind of makes me want to not order pizza at all. Starting to think that they may have prescribed my wife the placebo version of Ozempic. Look, don't get me wrong. I don't want her to lose weight. I really don't. I think she's perfect the way she is. I didn't want her to take it. The insurance won't cover it. It's expensive. She's not diabetic. She's just pre-diabetic. So we're paying a lot of money for it. But it's been 2 months. So there's a part of me that's like, if I'm paying for it, then when is it going to start working? Like, are we in the control group? Because I don't think it's responsible to be giving sugar pills to someone who's pre-diabetic. And it's not like I could bring this up. There's no way. You can't be like, "Hey, babe, I don't think your Ozempic's working." Like, you can't. Not even in like a budget context. I can't be like, "As you can see, your Ozempic spending is up. Meanwhile, you're flat month over month." Where am I at on time, Casey? I want to make sure I'm not. No.
You're good. Take a minute. You're good.
All right, cool. I'll do one last thing with you guys, and then I'll get out of here. I mentioned that I got a baby. I never really saw myself as a father. Like, my whole life, I never did. But the first time I held my baby girl in my arms, man.
What happened here?
She did try to suck on my titty a little bit. She doesn't see me as a father either. And wake up call as a fat guy, man. Like, my baby trying to suck on my titty. I don't even think that's one of the options you can pick when they ask, what made you want to sign up for Weight Watchers today? Humiliating. You have to learn some weird stuff when you're getting ready to have a kid. I had to learn about car seat placement. I never knew this, but you're supposed to put a car seat in the middle of a car in case you get sideswiped. But it did get me thinking, what if you have two kids? You have to pick your favorite kid and put them in the middle? If I ever have a second kid, I'm going to use that as a motivator, I think. Get these kids to hug. Let's go. Last one out the door gets the death seat. Can you imagine the complex it would give you to grow up as one of two kids and then look back and realize you were always the one your parents put in the outside car seat? About it, ask why your dad's like, well, maybe it's because your brother never tried to suck on my titty. You guys have been a lot of fun. My name's Tim Champa.
Hey, Tim Champa! Give him a hand, let him know. Yeah, I tell you, the baby stuff, there's a lot of, they had a lot of problems lately with people leaving their baby in the back of the car. It's like some crisis. So they made a public service announcement, to give people tips. They give people advice for not leaving your baby in the back. You know what their advice is? Put something important back there. Something important like a baby? No, like your cell phone. Like it's weird times. So let's go to the board. Annie, what's up on the board? I see you made some room.
I did. I made room. I promised I would, and I did. So you guys, let's see who tonight's donors are. You guys, give it up. The show is never the same without him, you guys. It's William Reynolds dropping $15 on the board. That's right. Usually $15 is our special bong of the month, but it's the last Thanksgiving of the month. That's the Thanksgiving smoking pack, dude. There's everything to smoke with on Thanksgiving. I'm going to put you right there, William. Also, you guys, shout out to Abigail, Hydrangea Brown. Abigail likes frogs. There's several frogs congregating for Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, Abigail. We're just going to put you right over my face. There's still room for a few more, guys. We still have some amazing, awesome comedians for you. So if you want to get your names on the board, or if you want to stay anonymous, you can. Just leave me a note when you leave a tip. It's pretty easy. We take Venmo at KO-comedy. We also take PayPal, KOcomedyshows@gmail.com. And if you're like Abigail, on Twitch, we take those bits as well. That's right. As you see, I'm going to find something Thanksgiving Day related that I think reminds me of you, and I'm going to stick it on the board. That's right. That is right. And you guys, don't forget, you should be, even if you can't donate, that's fine. Please be following everyone. We just saw some really awesome comedians. You can follow them at, that's the wrong one. That's what Twitch looks like. That's what Twitch looks like. Check it out. This is Lana Siebel. You guys, check out Lana. Dude, what is this madness? You want to know what this madness is? You got to go check her out at Lana Siebel. You got to go check her out. You guys also, check it out. Here's Tim Champa at Overweight Champ. You guys, check this out. What is happening right here? I don't know, but if you want to know, go give him a follow at Overweight Champ. You guys, follow these people. Follow these people. It definitely helps them out. All right, that is enough of me. We're going back to your host. You can follow him at Casey's Comedy. Don't forget to check out his special on Amazon Prime. You guys, it's Casey McNeil.
Hey, thanks. And we love the follows. And if we put a reel up or something like that, please share it. Sharing reels, sharing stuff, sharing is caring. We love you all for it. I am so glad to turn to this next comic. I haven't seen her for a year, I think, since I was there in person to do one of her shows. I was so lucky. You might have seen her in Ant-Man or at the Comedy Store. Please put your hands together for Jessica Winter.
Thank you. This is great. I need Annie to do my PR I mean, I've had publicists, I've had all kinds of people trying to like get me out there. I feel like Annie's like getting money in. I mean, that's my new career. Annie, you're hired. And I'm also laughing because if anybody can see Mike Eckhart, is he alive?
Yeah, he always looks like that.
He hasn't moved in 3 comedians. No way. I'm like, is he like Mike? I know.
He hasn't moved in the last 5 shows.
Okay, good. There's always one in Zoom that you're like, hey, somebody, is he okay? Thank you. I'm glad to see that you're alive, Mike. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what's happening on here. I haven't done a Zoom show in 3 years, and I had to get myself all together. And so I'm in a closet right now. I mean, this is like what has happened. I have 2 children. Sorry to disappoint you, Tim. It's a lie that they leave at 18. Okay. That is some fucked up. Am I allowed to curse on this?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Let it rip.
Okay, good. Because that is some fucked up shit when they're like, they leave at 18. No, you don't take your kids to the farm at 18, right? Like, they're not fucking dogs. Like my parents used to be like, oh, they're in the farm. I'd love to take my kids to the farm and not have them return. Okay. That's where I'm at. No, I love my kids. They're both here right now. One of them's a very expensive house guest that I'm dying to get rid of. Yeah. My 30-year-old son. I'm just kidding. He's not 30. He's 24, but I see my future. I see it oh too well. He's like, Mom, I'm going to be just like you. I'm going to be an artist. Okay. I was like, oh, fuck, I failed. I have failed as a parent. Oh, Jesus. I know. I actually also adopted recently because I'm insane. Everyone's like, you're crazy. And now I'm like, and I used to piss me off. Now I'm like, you're fucking right. I'm crazy. I'm just adopting it at 52. No, I adopted a dog. And yeah, woo, right? I was like, yeah, you know what? Both my kids, one's in college, one's getting out in the world, kind of, maybe, I don't know. And I'm like, maybe I need to get another baby in my life so I can just pick up shit again. Like, I'm getting divorced. I should be like living my best life. I'm on the second half. I should be out of this shit. And I'm like, oh, this is such a novel idea. Let's get a puppy. I left the puppy in the cage for 2 hours the other night. I came home to my big dog vomiting everywhere, which never happens, and my puppy vomiting and shitting everywhere. Oh. What? I was like, oh my God, I'm winning. I'm winning. And it's Thanksgiving, and everybody, I mean, I got to tell you, I've been doing a lot of personal growth. Anybody in here doing any of that? Personal growth, working your shit out, right? Working out all your trauma and damage besides Tim's wife. Just working it out for all of us. Okay. Just like, I mean, this shit has fucked up my comedy. Okay. Doing work and healing, I literally am like, oh my God. I'm peaceful now. Like, I need shit to talk about. I'm talking about my puppy shit. And I actually loved Zoom. Do you remember when we had that Thanksgiving in Zoom? Does anybody remember when we didn't have to go to the family? Like, let's all Zoom together. And all of a sudden we'd just be like, oh my God, that's so funny. And one of my sisters would say some catty ass thing like, oh, Jesse, you're still fucked up doing that thing that you do. And I would just be like, oh shit. I don't know what happened. My computer went out. My connection failed. Oh man. I'm doing all this work, not because I wanted to. I actually had a breakdown a few years ago. I mean, normal people call it a breakdown. I like to call it a spiritual awakening. It's because I live in California and that's what we do. We're the fruits and plays, right? We're like, no, we haven't lost our shit. We don't have PTSD. We're not bipolar. We don't have anxiety, addiction, depression. We're spiritual. Yeah. Oh my God. I swear. I know it's too nuts. And now I've got, and part of this awakening has been really cool because it's embarrassing. First of all, I mean, look at me. I know I look like Heather Locklear, just so you know, she hasn't started comedy. If you haven't figured it out, I'm not Heather, but people, they stop me all the time. People think I'm Heather Locklear. And then I open my mouth and they're like, holy shit, Heather Locklear, baby. Dude, I came out with this voice. I mean, I know I'm vaping now, but like I stopped for many years. So I'm just vaping. I'm just vaping now. I swear. My life is so fucking nuts. Everybody used to be like, Jesse's so dramatic. Don't even comment on that. Okay. And I was like, I'm not dramatic. Drama follows me. It does. Guys, this year's been so crazy. I'm getting divorced. My daughter left for college. My dad died. My life is a big bag of dicks and none of the dicks I want. Like, it's just a bag of D's. At my age, like people they're like, oh, when I say my life's a big bag of D's, people are like, yeah, you're 52. I bet you got a big bag of D's. I wish. Like, I would love a big bag of D's under my bed and pick which one I want at any time. But guess what? I'm in perimenopause. I'm drying up. It's not working. God. I'm just telling you. And then I got a dog. I mean, what was I thinking? So then at my whole family, I kind of had to cut off my whole family. And just because I like peace. So I don't even hate them. I just can't. Like I'm getting so used to being with myself and just loving reading, hiking, doing all that fun shit. And they're like, oh my God, you don't love us. You're not the kind of aunt I want for my kids. I was like, bitch, you were never the sister I wanted. Now you want me to dumb it down? Oh no. Anyways, so my sister texted me some weird pat. She's like, I'm going to miss you for things. She sent me a fucking invitation to Thanksgiving, like a formatted invite. There's 4 of us in the family. Like, I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, okay, so you made some money. Like, whoa, sending me some fucking fancy invite for 4 people and a bunch of kids. Serial killers. They're not looking at the invite. So I sent a text and I was like, listen, I'm sorry I can't make it. And she's like, why? And I'm like, I got a puppy. Can't leave him at home too long. It's like, it'll stress everyone out in the house. Now I realize I got that puppy a week ago and I'm like, I did this subconsciously but intentionally. Avoid not going to Thanksgiving with my fucking family. I'm gonna just tell everyone I have a puppy for the rest of my life when I don't want to do shit. I'm gonna start using this puppy forever, and I'm just gonna start sending old photos. Oh, I got a new one. I don't want to come to your fucked up dinner with you unconscious. Oh my God. Anyway, guys, I'm getting very conscious. I can't. I'm embarrassed. First of all, look at me. It's like I'm sitting here. I listen to spiritual shit and therapy shit and all this shit to try to get rid of my trauma. And my mom calls me and she goes, "You abandoned me when you were 14." Now, I don't know, but if you remember when you were 14, I was like, I'm sorry, what? She goes, "You abandoned me when you were 14. I said, "I'm sorry. I was 14. I did didn't even have a permit. I moved to my grandmother's house. It was 4 blocks away. I cheated. I rode my Schwinn bike because I had a paper route and shoved all my clothes in the basket. I could hear my mom yelling at my other 2 sisters every day down the street. What kind of abandonment? I have failed at college. I have failed in my career. I have failed in my marriage. I'm like, I couldn't even fucking abandon her properly. It's like, I didn't move out of the country. She's like, well, you moved to Sahara. I was like, Sahara Boulevard in Las Vegas in the 80s, bitch. I didn't move to the desert. Well, I was in the desert. I mean, I can't. All I'm saying is there's a reason why I'm not talking to my mom. And she's like acting like I moved to my grandmother's was a big deal. Let me tell you something. I walked further to 4th grade than I did to my grandmother's house. In the desert, in 110 degree, in jelly shoes. If you don't know what those are, it's licorice in a basket melting on my feet in the desert with horny toads. Those are the boys, but I like them. Guys, listen, this might be my last night at comedy because I'm a life coach, but thank you.
Hey, Jessica Wither. Yeah, she's on a journey, folks. She's on a journey. Everybody in California is on a journey. Yeah, they're not having a breakdown. They're on a journey.
I'm on a journey.
Yeah, I know what this thing is, but like adult children living with their parents, man. Let me tell you something. I'm 64 years old. I do not let any of my adult age children live with me, okay? No way. Because I live with my parents. There's no fucking room here. They can find their own. Let's just separate till my kids can take me in, then I'm out of here. Yeah. My son did one of those things to me recently. He said, Dad, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. I'm like, I thought you would set your sights higher.
Yeah.
Give Jessica another hand. I have a very good treat for you. A big treat. This next comic. Oh, you're going to love this guy. He's been in 2 Oscar-nominated films. Excuse me. I got so stuck in my throat. Okay, he's an internationally touring headliner. You might have seen him before. A 2 Oscar-nominated film. He's got a 1-hour comedy special coming out on Amazon soon called Boy Out of New York. Please put your heads together for Richard Tasler. Come on, Rich. You still got a mute on, Rich.
Either he's muted or I'm deaf.
Is this better?
There you go. Yeah, we can.
There you go.
I don't know what that was all about. It's really nice to be back on Zoom again. It's cool to be able to do comedy without my shoes on. I'd like to first start by thanking William Reynolds for his generous $15 donation. Really happy to know I'm making at least $3 for this. I'm going to try and talk kind of quietly because I don't want to wake Mike Eckhart.
He left us. No, there he is.
Oh, he is.
So some of you know me, some of you don't. For those who don't, my life has recently changed in a very big way since the pandemic being out and not doing Zoom shows anymore. I just recently got married.
Yay!
Thank you very much. And I really realized what a short end of the stick men get in the whole marriage deal. My wife, who's amazing, she got a ring that if we broke up, she could turn around and hock that thing for like 25 G's. It's got diamonds and it's got two of her birthstone sapphires. I mean, she's got this beautiful ring. What do we get? We get nothing. We get a piece of garbage. It doesn't do anything. There's nothing on it. Basically, it looks like a handcuff. We get a freaking handcuff is basically what we get. If a cop pulls me over, wants to arrest me, and he wants to put cuffs on me, I'm going to be like, don't even bother. I got one. And this is my first time getting married. I've never been married before, so I'm a late in life groom. And if you're here tonight and you're not married yet and you're thinking about getting married, wait and wait and then wait more and continue waiting and be a late in life groom. It's really awesome because if the marriage sucks, you die soon. Yeah, I'm actually my wife's second husband. She's been married once before, so I got a used wife, basically. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I want to be, a little more sensitive and politically correct. I got a pre-owned wife. Which really blows because, it doesn't come with that 5-year, $50,000 guarantee. You got to pay extra if you want the extended warranty on the wife. It doesn't come with it. Pre-owned. It's nice. It's for the first time in my life. I've been a working touring comedian since I'm 20. So for the first time in my life, I'm actually with a woman that I consider for me to be age appropriate. And by age appropriate, I mean, she has a driver's license and a credit card. She doesn't jump up and down on the bed for fun. You know what I mean? We had a big wedding. That was something I wasn't anticipating. We thought we were going to have like maybe 40 people, 50 people. We wound up having well over 100 people to our wedding. And first of all, I got to tell you, if you're going to get married, do not have a wedding. I got 3 words for you. Go to Vegas. Take the money you were going to spend on a wedding and put it all on black. At least you have a better chance of getting something back. You have a wedding, it's $200 a plate you have to spend. I'm feeding people I haven't seen in 25 years. Her family comes in from Michigan, my friends and family, from out of town, New York and whatnot. And, some of them I don't even talk to, and yet they're leaving with to-go containers. I had to stop somebody and go, hey, that's my dinner you're taking. Literally, that's my salmon in that container. Can I please at least eat my own food? It's nice being with somebody that is close in age because we have a lot of stuff in common. So we get to do a lot of stuff together. We both have theater backgrounds, so we go to the theater together. We both love wine and collect wine, so we get to travel to wine regions, go wine tasting together. Because we're very close in age, we go to the cardiologist together. She's very nice. She drives. She just, now that we're married, we're living together. We moved in together. And really, I got to be honest with you guys, not so fucking great. I don't own any of my shit anymore. When we were going to move in, she came over and she looked at my bedroom furniture, which was really nice. And she went, oh, yeah, this isn't coming. So now I sleep in a girl's bedroom. We have a poofy bed. with a canopy. Sleeping outside. What do we need a fucking canopy for? You know what it's like to wake up from a bad dream in the middle of the night and the only thing you can see are butterflies and squirrels? I didn't know this when we moved in together, but my wife uses one of these sleep apps to fall asleep. Jessica, you nodded. Do you use one of these? I don't understand I don't know if anybody uses one of these sleep apps, but what a fucking joke that is. For those of you who don't know, it's an app you download to your phone, and it talks to you to help you fall asleep. What the fuck? You know what I fall asleep? I close my eyes. And it's very snooty. It's very, very snooty. And it says things to you as you're trying to fall asleep. And it's always an upper crust British voice talks to you from the app. It's never like a different voice. It says, and it says like, I want you to lay down on the bed. Feel the mattress engulf your body. I want you to inhale and then exhale through the soles of your feet. Breathe through my feet. I only do two things with my feet, folks. Walk on them and pick them. That's it. And why does it have to be a British voice? Why can't it be different voices, right? Why can't it be different areas? Now, why can't it be a guy like me? All right, get in the fucking bed, shut your mouth. You snore, I'm kicking you onto the floor. You guys, I could do this all night, but I got to go. I'm in Tahoe right now, but thank you so much for letting me be here with you guys. Jessica, good to see you. Teal, good to see you. Always good to see you guys. Thanks again for having me, and I can't wait to get that $3.
Yeah, all right. Richard Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen. He's on his way to perform right now in Tahoe, but you got to see him first right here on KO Comedy. Annie, isn't that wonderful?
That was wonderful. That was fantastic.
So what do these nice folks need to do about that?
Oh, let me show you. Let me tell you, you guys, there are so many awesome things you can do about that. You guys, this is our donor board. If you want to tell Tony wow, thank you. If you want to increase that $3, we're taking donations, you guys. We're taking donations. So far, thank you so much to William Reynolds and Abigail H. Brown tonight for helping to get Rich those $3. But if you guys want to get your own names on the board, it's pretty easy. It is pretty easy, you guys. We take Venmo. We take Venmo at KO-comedy. We also take PayPal, KOComedyShows@gmail.com. And if you're watching over on Twitch, you guys, we take those bits. And if you want to stay anonymous, it's really easy. Just leave me a note when you leave a donation. Also, you guys, don't forget, you can be following all these people. You can support them, and it's free. Help the algorithms out. For instance, you guys, that's the wrong one. There we are. You guys can follow Jessica Winter at the Jessica Winter. There we go. Words are hard. That's right. You guys can see all of these, including, you guys, look, we got dog photos. Come on. There's comedy and there's dogs. You guys can also follow Rich at Rich Chancellor. That's right. You can find out what he's doing here. What is he doing? I'm not going to tell you. Go give him a follow. Go give him a follow. You guys are about to meet Teal Pierce at Teal520. You got to follow him and ask him what he's drinking here. That's on you. You guys want to find out? Follow Teal. Follow Teal. But yes, you guys, give everyone a follow. Support the show. Also, don't forget to support your host. You guys can find him at Casey's Comedy. That's right. You can also find his special over on Amazon Prime. Give it up for the amazing Casey McNeil. Let's go.
Yeah, whoever I am, I'm glad to be here. Yeah. All right. Oh, we got a great comic for you closing the show. You might have seen him in the Flyover Comedy Festival last week. I'm sure he'll be there again next year. He also runs his own show in St. Louis. Please put your hands together for Teal Pierce.
Right, Teal.
Thanks. My name is Teal Pierce. That is my real name. I didn't change it for show business or anything. A little about me. I'm autistic, which means I'm smarter than you. I only say that because it was written on my diagnosis. It's on a form. It's factual. I got diagnosed in the 90s, so back then everyone was going, talk to the hand, talk to the hand. I'm like, okay, but only if the hand talks to me first. That's starting the conversation. What are you, nuts? Ew. But I love being autistic, though. I can read everything except a room. The only real downside I could see about it is sometimes people expect certain things because I'm autistic. Like somebody wanted me to count cards for them.
52.
Yeah, I kept coming up with 52. The rest of that Vegas trip is something I'd much like to forget. But fortunately, my brother Tom Cruise was there, so everything was fine. It's a real nice time. I used to take things literally. Now I just metaphorically shoplift. Just joking, KO Comedy Club. I would never break the law because then I'd have to buy it. I did take things literally, though, and made playing games with the other kids difficult. I caught a kid cheating at the game Risk. I prosecuted him for war crimes. Because it's like the old saying goes, one man's loaded dice is another man's flagrant violation of the Geneva Convention. I took a lot of things literally. I took songs literally. Like when Elton John was singing, "Can you feel the love tonight?" I'm like, I don't know, Sir Elton. Can I? I believe the question you should be asking me, sir, is may I feel the love tonight? I took a personality test recently. I got an incomplete. But I made time for fun though as a kid. Like I'd watch the clouds, see if they took any shape. Once I saw a cloud shaped like my dad, which meant only one thing: I had to kill my uncle and regain control of Pride Rock. That you're familiar with Shakespeare, good. I was really antisocial as a kid. I had an imaginary acquaintance. I did have some extracurricular activities. I was an Eagle Scout. I quit, though, because I couldn't find one Eagle that could play baseball. America's animal? Yeah, right. I talk a big game up here, but I wouldn't have been of any help. I was terrible at sports growing up, and they tried everything. Like, you can't tell on Zoom, but I'm a tall guy in real life, so but people thought, oh, great, he can play basketball. No. Incorrect. I was bad at the game, sure, but it was my use of language that really got me in trouble. I'd say things during games like, if, and this is by sheer happenstance, but if you find it to be in your possession, relinquish the rubberized sphere at your earliest convenience. Then I get ejected for being too verbose near the free throw line. I don't think that's a rule. They made that up. I was bad at sports. I was so bad. How bad was I? I was so bad. I was so bad that when I graduated, they retired my doctor's note. Fired my doctor's note. Hi-yo. That you may look at me with my Johnny Carson impression and think, wow, this guy's a badass. But really, I've only been in one fight in high school. I'm autistic, so naturally, the fight was over trivia. It was against another autistic guy. If you've never seen us fight, you gotta check it out, because I tell you, the trash talk gets specific. Hey, Pierce, my speech therapist can beat up your speech therapist. I'm like, oh yeah, asshole, look me in the forehead and say that. You know what I mean? The nerve of this guy, you know? I'll do this and get out of here. I mentioned taking things literally, and that is very true. Abstract things for the sake of abstract used to like really piss me off. So the bane of my childhood existence was actually, you know, that painting of dogs playing poker? Fucking hate that thing. Sure, laugh. You're just like everybody else, having a great time watching dogs play poker. Yeah. Meanwhile, my cold Vulcan logic having ass was busy poking all kinds of holes in the narrative. It was quite a scene. Everyone's like, Teal, look, dogs playing poker. Isn't that funny? I'm just short-circuiting like... Where did they get gambling money? Where'd they get gambling money? Where'd they get any money? Whose chairs are those? Whose table is that? Whose basement is that? Whose house is that? How are they sitting like people? How are they holding cards? How are they telling poker chips apart? Who poured those drinks? Who lit those cigars? Are dogs colorblind? Do they do this every week? Is this a regular thing? Do they meet every Monday? Is it Monday at 7 o'clock? Which for us would be 1 o'clock. What is going on? These are the questions that need to be asked. They're also the questions that got to be banned from the art museum. So you pick your battles. I'm Teal Pierce. You guys are great. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, Teal Pierce, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep going, Teal.
Yeah, Teal, he's on the spectrum. That's a weird fucking thing they say was somebody's on the spectrum. Aren't we all on the spectrum? That's why they call it a fucking spectrum, right? So this has been a good show. I loved it personally. We had Jessica Winter. We had Teal Pierce. Who else did we have? Richard Chasler and Tim Champa and Lana Siebel. Wow, what a show. My God. These guys are so great. Give them another hand. Send them all a follow. Send them all money. Send us all money. Send us a KO. Annie, give Annie a hand. She's my co-host, my tech, my producer, and everything that's important to the show. So give Annie a hand and send us that folding money. If it jingles, we don't want it. We love you all very much, and we will see you next week. Woo! That was a nice show, guys. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for having me.